What's up? What's up?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Pretty Little Liars, the after show here on the theStreamtv fan show network. I'm your host, Sinead DeFries, and I'm joined by my pretty little talkers, getting ready to talk about tonight's episode. We're soups excited, you guys.
You guys loved this episode.
I'm just kidding.
I can't.
You made me soup.
You made me soup.
You made me
You
soup.
made me
Allie,
soup.
Allie, go get me some water.
Allie, I thought this was real. You made me soup.
I literally thought that his next word was, "You made me soup, bitch."
That would have been so
Like, just the way
horrible.
he said, he like spit it out. I had never seen somebody so angry, like, in a while on Pretty Little Liars.
I guess we'll get to it.
I know, I'm sorry, but you guys, Allie and Lorenzo this episode, they made me feel some type of way.
I know, they
serious.
really
There was
did.
all
They
sorts
really
I've never
ways.
seen a more forced domestication.
Yeah, right? 0 to
Ever.
100 real
like,
quick.
hey, I'm doing your
Real
laundry.
quick.
Hey,
Real
you're
quick.
sleeping on the couch. I can't.
Drake.
Oh my gosh, Megan,
Drake?
it's Drake.
Drake.
0 to 100 real quick.
Got it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys just were
My
on
gosh,
some sort of
guys.
level.
All right.
That
all
wasn't
right.
Real
sure of.
quick.
All right, you guys, we have to talk about something huge that happened in this episode, and some of us might have already been onto this, and some of us might have been a little more hesitant about thinking that there were many people in the A-team. I've been one to kind of feel like there's always been a bunch of people in the A-team, especially since we saw that scene with all of the A-masks that one night in the park. I was like, oh my gosh, when the A-team is finally revealed, there's gonna be like 1 billion of them. So it wasn't surprising for me to see a side-by-side with Redcoat, but it was exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Just a little bit different. That's the
It
first
was
time we've kind of
exciting.
seen
See
that.
them together.
Do you know what I realized, you guys? Do you remember? You know, actually, that's such a lie. I actually didn't realize this. Someone pointed out on Twitter, and I almost
take
just
credit
took
for it, girl. I'm
full-on
just kidding.
credit. I'm sorry. Someone pointed out on Twitter that last week when A got that gift that said like your ally or whatever. Now that we know Redcoat and A are working together, maybe that birthday gift was from Redcoat.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I love that we saw them together. I thought that was huge this episode. But you know, right now I think we're going to throw out some theories because we know you guys love theories. So let's just talk about Black Hoodie, Redcoat, and Black Widow for a hot second. So I think it's really interesting that they bring up the fact that there's no parents involved. Like Sarah Harvey always talks about her mom like not being there. And then Clark tonight, did you guys notice that when him and Aria were talking at the art gallery, he said, oh, I didn't invite my parents. So this is like a way out there theory, but okay, like we all have out there theories. What if Radley Sanitarium wasn't always a mental institution because there's always toys involved, there's always dolls. What if it was an orphanage?
Yeah.
I love
Like
that.
originally an orphanage.
I love that.
Everyone is like slowly but surely, like all the new characters on the show, all these characters that we're getting reintroduced to, they all have weird parent
Yeah,
issues.
Sarah doesn't have, and we haven't seen her parents.
Andrew Campbell was
Yeah,
adopted.
It's getting weird.
Now.
Right.
It's getting weird.
And they put a lot of emphasis on that scene
We've
with
never
Aria
seen
and Clark
Cece's
too.
parents.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a really interesting thing that they keep teasing us with, but they're not. I mean, Marley's always teasing us,
Right.
but it was just really interesting to me.
But at the same time, playing devil's advocate, maybe they just don't want to pay actors that are unnecessary and just don't want to pay their parents. They just don't want to pay to have parents. Like, why have parents? It's like you have to write another part. You have to pay the writer to write another part. Like, maybe they
No,
just
but
want
they
to
just-
get
Yeah, but they
there.
could have talked. They could talk about their parents. Like, there's a reason that Andrew was adopted, you know, and there's a reason why Sarah's mom is a weirdo and she doesn't have
there's
a dad.
definitely a reason because the Sarah
The
thing
Sarah
is
mom is
super
weird.
But I was
weird.
thinking about it, like in last week's episode, her friend, what was her friend's name again? Lauren, April?
Oh, I can't remember
forget.
what her friend's
I don't know,
name
the
is.
girl
yeah,
who
yeah.
looks like she had Lisa Frank journals
Oh, yeah.
growing up, and she's like the
And the
one.
dog,
Half
yeah.
of our viewers
She's
don't
like the
even know
one
Lisa
in your
Frank.
class who like tells on you,
Yeah.
and like draws horses on her folders. That's her.
That's pretty that's talented. If you can draw a horse, you know, props to you.
I knew a girl like that in elementary school.
I knew a girl who could draw a cartoon of anything, like of you with a different hairstyle, of you with different makeup. She was like
Wow.
Chelsea Brown.
Chelsea,
Brown, girl.
Chelsea,
You
so
gotta be
girl,
Chelsea Brown.
Chelsea.
Hey girl, we love you. Wherever you are.
Bringing it back to elementary
Yeah,
school.
that's hilarious. But anyways, Sarah Harvey's friend, who Emily meets up with, says, like, she says in passing with Emily, she's like, I went by her mom's a couple times, and her mom wouldn't tell me where she was. So it's like, we do know now that her mom exists, you know?
Yeah.
So then that kind of hated that, because I wanted to believe that Sarah didn't have a mom. Like, it was going to be some huge dramatic story. But then when she said that she went to Sarah's house, but her mom wouldn't tell her where Sarah was, and that's why she went looking for Emily, I was like, damn.
Maybe the friend's in on it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And then Black Widow. Sorry, I'm totally like I wasn't even paying attention. I was just thinking.
You had like nothing in your eyes
like,
when I looked at you.
No, my theory on Black Widow, and I know this has been circulating, but I honestly think it's Melissa, because I'm thinking widow. You know, the only person that is a widow, I feel, unless I'm missing something, is Melissa.
Right.
Is that the only? Yeah. Oh well, now technically Kenneth is a widower.
Wait, but do you call a widower even for a male? That's a really
no.
broad question.
I don't
As
think
a male,
A widow and a widower is different, isn't it?
What about Mrs. Grunwald? I feel
yeah.
like she could be.
She could be a
Black
widow as well.
She's
Yeah.
got to be
be
a Black
tied
Widow
into
too,
this.
and
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
supposedly pulled Allie out of the ground.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean,
there-
there is still a lot of, but.
But
okay.
Melissa's a good. I
Let's
think it
talk-
could be
I like
Melissa.
Melissa's good, also because really quick, I think of Melissa's good theory because that kind of could tie into the whole Ian being not so dead and being also involved in this, because even though we technically saw his body, like we also saw Mona's body,
Yeah,
and there
that
have been a
means
lot of
nothing.
theories about Ian circulating as well. Now that Melissa's kind of been poking her little sneaky head back into the story, I think she's about to come back, honestly.
Could you imagine? This would be a total game changer. Mine would be blown. Could you imagine if we find out during the face-to-face episode that no one on PLL ever died?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, no one is dead.
Yeah, I
There
would
was
love
no
that.
bodies. All the bodies were just like
Big.
towels inside of a, I don't know what I said, towel.
Body
But you know what I
bag?
mean? That'd be crazy.
I don't know. I would believe that. I definitely think that Garrett Reynolds is dead though. because-
Yeah.
that's
That
true.
so.
That guy looked
that's
like
true.
he got the ring on his face during that episode.
That is true. Garrett is
real.
probably dead.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Aria in this episode. We talked a little bit about Clark and the art gallery. There's a lot that happened at the art gallery. For me, the most depressing was the exchange between Aria and Ezra. But I know we have to talk about the bigger thing that happened, and that is Reese, the art gallery, Clark, setting up Aria. Like, there was, obviously, this is where we were supposed to get a lot of info.
Do we know? Okay, so you know how when Tanner was looking at the footage, trying to see who put up that picture in the art gallery, I think we all were like, oh, that's got to be Reese. That's got to be Reese. But I actually thought it looked a lot like Andrew Campbell and a lot like, obviously, Jason, because Jason and Reese look alike. I mean, who do we think that is?
I don't think Andrew, though. Andrew's body is a little bit more manly-esque.
Girl, I
if
saw
you
some.
will. You saw some?
I saw some jock muscles there.
Yeah. I
Some farming muscles on Apple Farm.
muscles.
Oh my God, I love you guys so much.
Yeah, but I like Reese's new character. I'm kind of, I know,
Yeah.
I think that there's something special about how Marlene King made that video, like talking about how he looks like Jason. I don't know exactly what that means yet, but like I
They
think
could
it's kind
not
of
have pointed
important that
out
she
more
put-
times in this episode that he looked
No, but-
like
I
Jason.
know.
But
We get it.
Yeah.
he actually legitimately looks 100% like Jason. Like,
Yeah.
they,
Like-
look,
Meg is like-
my mind is
Like,
blown.
they scoured the earth for
They did.
the guy who
Yeah.
plays Jason.
Not only did they
his
scour,
doppelganger.
Not
like,
only did they
legit.
scour
Yeah.
the earth, but this guy can act, and his mannerisms.
sketchy.
But his mannerisms are just like Jason's, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
Someone-
God, they must have done hella contouring.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, someone
because
said
I was
about
like,
the
they
contouring.
look so much alike. It's ridiculous.
Right,
Like,
and his creepy factor, I love like the balance of creepy factor he has because it's so believable. Like you can just tell that there's something up his sleeve. I mean, not to mention that we saw him later on doing other things. We'll probably get to it, but
Yeah.
it was like a combination of Christian Grey, Jason, and Ren, like all in one.
I know. When we were in the shoot, I'm sorry, we're jumping all over the place. But when they were in the office and it was Spencer and Hannah
Yeah.
and Meg was like, what's the line? Like,
Mr. Gray will see you.
Mr. Gray will see you.
No, for real. I'm really excited to kind of see where his character is going to take us too a little bit, you know? But let's talk a little bit about Clark, also a huge part of this episode tonight. Due to Sketchy, you guys, and like we've been holding out for him, I think that he is just kind of like, there's nothing to his storyline. We're like, oh, okay, he needs to leave Aria alone.
Well, I thought I came up with a good theory today. Just him and Aria being friends because they worked on that freaking Cinderella movie together.
Yeah, right?
I was
Real
like,
life
oh,
theory.
Marlene just
Real
wrote
life
a
theory.
part in for him because they're good friends. Like,
Now-
no, Clark actually.
Yeah, he actually has a little bit of a secret, and we don't know exactly what it is, but now we know that what he might be meeting up with A, or he's got a message to go there or whatever. But this is what I'm thinking, you guys. Wouldn't it be crazy if all his entire storyline is that he helped set up Aria at the end so to get her out of the running? Like, what if,
What?
you know, remember how it was his idea for her to enter the contest, right? Now, what if A just came along and was like, made a deal with him? Like,
I think you're
you know
onto
what I'm saying? Like,
something.
you know how,
when he
like,
came out of his car to me, he looked confused. He looked like he
Right.
had just got an A
That's
message,
what I'm
had no
saying.
idea what was going on.
that's what I'm
agree.
saying.
Like,
He
I still
doesn't
think
look
he's innocent.
evil.
Yeah.
Maybe he got sucked into the wrong thing at the wrong time, and maybe A was like, listen, you have no
Listen.
family, dude. You have no parents. You need this $5,000 because you don't have parents already. So let's set up Aria.
I mean,
Right, and he's like,
Yeah.
and A is like
yeah,
blackmailing
and
him.
blackmailing
Then
him or
is
something.
Is it just a coincidence then that Clark is suddenly asking all these questions to Aria, being like, oh, what about this? What
I
about-
don't
That was
think
weird.
Clark is guilty. That's
I
all I'm
kinda
gonna
don't
say.
either.
I
I'm
don't
playing
think he's
devil's
guilty.
advocate.
I think
Yeah.
A was like, listen, dude, you don't have any parents. You need this money. He got sucked
Right.
into the wrong thing, honestly.
I mean, maybe he got a text message or something, and this
Yeah.
is like their first time meeting up, and
Right.
A's about to like lay this deal out on the table. But I hope that he just says like, "No, A, like let me be."
No,
I
A.
like
That's
Aria
exactly
way
how
too
Clark
much.
would say.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No.
Well, mine changes the topic a little, so you
So
go.
does mine.
All right, somebody
Okay,
go.
mine is still kind of on topic. Is Aria gonna take Clark or Ezra? Like, who is Aria taking to
Oh
prom?
my
This is
gosh,
driving me
I
nuts.
know.
I felt. I know you're gonna hate me for this. I felt such a disconnect from Aria and Ezra tonight. I felt like there was a wall in their. Clearly, there's a
The
wall in
wall
their
is
relationship.
Nicole.
But like that was a perfect opportunity for him to kiss her, and he just put the hand on the back, and that is
Yeah.
total friend zone.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God,
does-
it's so, you're
but
so
he's
right. It is
hurt.
total friend zone. And if somebody put their hand in my back like that after I asked them to prom, I'd probably like go cry my eyes
That's
out.
what I didn't understand though. If Aria asked him to prom and was like, "Hey, basically we go to prom," and he was gonna say something, and then freaking Nicole walked up. Why
Right.
wouldn't his reaction after Nicole left, once we find out that it wasn't a date, why wouldn't he say,
Does Aria
"Oh,
know
I'll go
though
to prom
that
with
Nicole
you"?
was friends with Emily? Like I think that Aria doesn't really know the connection, and I think that she's upset because she doesn't really know that that's Emily's friend.
It
Like,
doesn't
Right.
matter that it's Emily's friend though.
I mean,
it's still
yeah,
sucks.
that's true.
It's still, yeah, it's still
It
sus.
sucks.
It looks awkward. It feels awkward. And plus, Ezra might not even wanted to say anything because look at what had just happened to Arya inside. And so it's like, why talk about prom where clearly something much bigger has happened
Right.
to you
You're
now?
so
too,
right.
Aria got
you know?
so dark. Like that was a moment.
That was a
there
moment
with Aria
between
and
them.
Ezra. Yeah, she's like, "I'm still cold."
That was
It was just like we were all cool, like silently watching that. It
All
was
right.
really
Well,
cool.
speaking of giving some shade and like getting dark and whatever, let's talk about Allie and Lorenzo, you guys. I don't know why I'm so like
Ugh.
giggly about this, but only because of that line. Like, you made me soup.
I know, right?
Bitch. Like, I literally had felt so much anger from Lorenzo, but obviously leading up to that, Allie had broken in
right.
to the jail, and then Tanner comes in and she's all, "You have crossed a line, young
Tanner like
lady."
scared me this
Yeah.
episode.
Me too.
She
Yeah.
was amazing. And
Yeah.
guys, I have to say I missed her. I missed
Yeah.
her and her like permy hair. I loved it. No, but like she creeped me out. But I mean that clearly that rattle is like super
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah, but rewinding a little bit, like, hello, where did this relationship come from? Like, she's in his house. I'll do your dishes. Let me
definitely.
bring you soup. This is all happening
know.
The thing that
way
pissed
too
me
fast.
off,
I know.
ladies out there, the thing that pissed me off when he said, "Yo, get me a water." Hey, Lorenzo, you may have 2 feet and only 1 arm for the time being, but you can get yourself a water, okay?
Right?
Seriously.
I was thinking, how is he going to open that water bottle? Because she handed it to him. And, like, what are you going to do this?
If she would have opened the water bottle too, I'd be done. I'd be
be
done
done.
at that point. I would be done. He's a jerk, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, I thought that maybe they could be cute.
Yeah.
He was kind of annoying me because I was just kind of like, where is his character going?
Well, he
This
was very much.
episode, like, were we supposed to kind of feel like he was a jerk? Because I feel like they tried to make us feel
I think so.
that
Yeah.
he was a jerk.
Totally.
I know, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I mean, he's kind of being like Toby though, where he's like, Allie, why are you talking about them? I'm one of them. I'm one of the people who's gonna kill Charles
That's
when we
true.
find Charles.
But when she came back to his house, the way he popped up on her,
that was
like
weird.
we have to assume that he's kind of sketchy because he
Yeah.
came up behind her shoulder. Like
Like
if
he
you're
was
gonna be
waiting for
normal,
her in the dark,
exactly.
like-
yeah, he had the
exactly.
A look, that creepy like,
Yeah.
where have you been?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not A.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
No.
He's
Yeah.
not A.
Yeah.
If we bring Tanner back into the convo for like a second, going back up to the art gallery, we didn't talk about that Spanish saying.
Yeah.
It
No
said
son lindas.
it either translated to yes.
Well, one point.
So it translated to like they aren't pretty or they belong to.
They're not lindas.
They're not
or
Lindas.
they're
They
not.
are
They're not
Lindas.
Detective Tanner's girls. They're A's
Right,
girls.
right. So
Get it straight.
she said, which I
Play
think we're
on
supposed to
words.
believe. We're supposed to believe what she said.
Right.
Is that, it could mean a couple things, but A's basically saying, like, just because you figured something out and you know who I am now, I'm Charles or whatever, and you saved the girls, doesn't mean that you have any, like, you don't have a head up in this.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
still mine. I still have them. Look what I just did. Clearly, your investigation is going south because you still haven't caught me, and here I am just walking in and out of art galleries.
But thank God, finally, and I feel like the course of this whole season, the police do know everything that the girls know
Right.
now. They have the
Right.
home videos, right?
Right.
I think.
Yeah. No,
or
you're right.
Correct
you're right.
me if I'm wrong.
No,
Okay.
you're right.
Megan
And
said,
then,
no, I was thinking
and then I think Allie went in there, and now we know that Allie's dad is talking to the police, saying all the backstory he knows about Charles. So, like, thank you
And
for living on the
when
same
Allie
team.
called the police last week and she was like, I know who A is. It was so weird to hear her say that. Remember
know.
we all
Everyone
laughed
else-
about it?
and I was like,
But
who?
then we
Charles
can't
is
forget the
Laurentiis.
scene with Ella and Mrs. Marin or Ashley's, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Marin and Ella.
Wait, why am I forgetting her first
Ashley
name?
Marin.
Yeah.
Ashley
Oh, it is
Marin,
Ashley
Ella
Marin.
Montgomery.
So, Ella was crying and saying the police aren't doing enough, and I totally agree with her. If they were seriously on their game, then none of that would have happened at the art gallery.
Yeah.
So true.
Ella's about to take stuff into her own hands.
Yeah.
now.
She
She
is.
was
what?
like,
That
we
was
need to save the
amazing
girls.
acting right then because she was so pissed.
Emmy,
Yeah.
slow clap.
Yeah,
Emmy for
seriously.
Ella Montgomery.
She was like, well,
I'm
when
the
are you
only
going
one
to
slow
find
clapping.
him? When are you going to find him? And honestly, like, it's a relief for somebody to freak out that way because aren't we all freaking thinking that?
Yeah.
Like, we're now like 6 episodes past the dollhouse and none of you people have found anything.
Yeah, it's so insane because that's how a real mom would react. Like, what the
absolutely.
hell are you guys doing? Like, get it together. And police were like filled up into that place and they couldn't figure it out. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't. Somehow, A got behind you, like a room full of policemen. That makes no sense.
Would you guys be pissed though if Reese was Charles?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
he
That
hasn't
would be
been
the
around for the
ultimate
whole
letdown.
season.
Literally,
That would be the
I
ultimate
literally cannot with that theory.
But here's why I say that, because they said A will be revealed, but who knows? Maybe A could have been Redcoat this whole time and not Black Hoodie. So maybe we'll know who Redcoat is, but maybe
Can we reverse
Marlene
a
is
little
being-
bit, like going back a
Reese
season?
is in that red coat.
No, I'm saying Reese is Black Hoodie,
Hey.
but we'll know who Redcoat is. Like we'll know the face of Redcoat.
Okay, do you guys
but we
remember
just-
the episode where Redcoat pulls out the girls from a burning house?
Yeah.
Didn't that turn out to be Allie?
Yes, it did.
That's weird. Yeah. Someone
Done.
explain
My work
that.
here is done.
It did.
Done.
But I don't believe that was supposed to be red coat.
Why
I
would
think-
she wear that, though?
I think that was supposed to be a setup because even Mona said,
She likes red.
and you know what?
like the yellow
Another
shirt.
good thing about that episode, and that's one of the episodes Marlene King said to rewatch. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mona also said in that episode, "I'm never gonna know who she is,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's the one that's in charge."
Right.
So,
Right.
you saying that also makes us think maybe the one we're supposed to be afraid of is actually
Redcoat.
Redcoat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, I get it.
That's what I'm saying,
Can
people.
I have a question for the Twitter
What the
universe.
hell was that?
Once and for all, okay, this is a very serious question. Has Marlene officially said that we have seen the face of A? Because then it couldn't be Reese. Or is it going to be like we've seen the face of A because it was someone walking by in the coffee shop? Do you know what I mean? Like, do we know that A, like officially, do we know that A is going to be a character that we are familiar with in the show?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
That's what she led us to believe.
Okay, well then we can't think silly things like it's Reese.
So are we going to recognize then? You're telling me we're going to know Black Hoodie, Red Coat, and Black Widow.
Yeah.
We're going to know them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if we don't know them all, then this show would be letting us down, you guys.
Yeah.
If we don't know
Yeah.
every single person in the A team, it would be letting us down. I 100% guarantee you that everybody who watches PLL and who has watched it since 2010, like I know we all have,
Right.
literally, they would all have a heart attack. I would have a heart attack if they started taking off masks and I was like, who the hell is that?
Oh my
And
gosh, I
who's
would
that?
lose it.
I hope
Yeah.
to God that everybody in that A team is people gone who we haven't seen in seasons, who we haven't seen in episodes, who may be dead. Like, I hope that they bring back every
But it needs to be people
single
we know.
person, and
Yeah.
it's all faces that we recognize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's not that many people in Rosewood, you guys, left at least.
Preach it, girl.
Everyone's dying. Everyone's dying.
Oh, come on. Preaching. We're preaching.
Sing your song. Sing your song.
Your
Go back.
love never fails. Okay, we're not gonna get all gaudy on you right now. We were having a moment before the show, though.
Gaudy. All right, you guys, we are going to be back to be taking some of your live Twitter questions. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, subscribe to theStream.tv. Send your questions, comments, theories, thoughts onto YouTube right now because Brandy's going to be back after the show, giving some more shout outs, talking to you guys. But for right now, hop online using the hashtag PLLAS on Twitter, and we'll be back for some shout outs and questions.
Yay.
Bye. Your love
Goodbye.
never fails.
It never gives.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it. You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell her, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hello. We're back. That was like perfect timing, Ash. We like stopped at the exact same time. Hey guys, we're back. We're about to take some of your Twitter questions right now. But first, Stephanie, go ahead.
All right, guys, we're giving a special shout out to Annabelle Frith. Hello, Annabelle. Hello, this is Annabelle. She's 13 years old.
Hey, Annabelle.
And her
Hi,
handle is at Annabelle Frith. Yo, Annabelle, we love you.
We love
We
you.
love you, Annabelle.
All right, you guys, the first question comes from at Leo Keys. Do you think that Tanner might mistake Reese with Jason in the video?
Oh, yes.
I literally, when I saw this question, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, why didn't we even think of that? Because I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes. Brilliant.
Tanner is going to freak out. They're going to bring Jason in. Why did they show us? Why did they show that at the end? Why did
Could
they show
that-
Tanner seeing that?
Wait, could that hair, this is just off the walls, but could that hair have been Sarah's hair?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh no, I think
doubt
it
it
was too
was.
dark.
Crazy?
I think it was too dark.
It's not crazy, but I think it was too dark, and I think it was clearly a man.
But I would kind of have loved that. That would have been like
That would be really cool.
Thank you for your pity.
I really would have
And you know what? Really quickly, I want us not to forget about Sarah, even though she was kind of forgotten in this episode. I want us not to forget about her because rewatching last week's episode again, you guys saw I just rewatched it like right before this.
Yeah.
But rewatching last week's episode again, and the preview actually that they showed before the episode, or like the this week or previously on Pretty Little Liars. Excuse me, I don't know, I'm rambling. But previously on Pretty Little Liars, before last week's episode, they showed Emily talking to Sarah's friend, and she goes, "For everything that Sarah gave you, she took 2 things away from you. I wish she was dead before she went missing." And I want us to remember that her friends thought she was an evil bitch. Nobody liked her. Everybody wanted her gone. So the fact that she's all sweet and innocent now, the girl is psycho. Like, the girl is Allie status. Like, remember?
Right.
She's
Yeah.
supposed to be evil.
Yeah, but and I think we talked about that last week, but how weird was it then that when they were at the lunch in the last week episode, sorry that we're talking about that, but that it wasn't awkward though. Like the girl didn't seem that weird, the friend didn't seem that weirded out.
I think
that
it's
Sarah
guilt.
was
I
acting
think that
normal.
was guilt because she even said like, I know I said a lot of things about her, but like I do feel bad. Obviously, like you don't wish this on anybody.
Well, that's
But-
how the girls acted towards Allie too.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah,
Emily
you're
was
right,
like making out with her like 4 minutes after she got back. Like, let's be real, you guys. All right, next question. At B Perez 2002 says, "Why is Hanna so angry and all the other girls are calm about Charles?"
Okay,
Yeah, right?
Not talk about that yet.
Yeah.
Hannah was in like a bitchy ass mood, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Super
I love
sassy.
harsh, and she's like, whatever.
Does this
I
go
hate
back?
Charles.
Does this go back to the fact that we still don't know exactly what happened to the dollhouse and what Hannah went through was obviously worse than what everybody else
seems
went
like
through?
it.
Way
It
worse.
Remember,
seems like
we
it.
have been saying that from
Yeah.
the very beginning of season 6. We're like, clearly something happened to Hannah. Clearly, because she was dropping all these hints that like she was tormented in a way that nobody else was.
Right.
They came into the office and Hannah was like, can I have a Pellegrino or like water
Can
or
I have some
something?
bubbly? And then Spencer's all like, I don't want him coming back here with his bubbles. I was like,
Yeah.
that was funny. I like
Yeah,
that.
for real. But no, I think that that's a really good observation because even Aria was like a little harsh hand, and she's like,
I
don't
know,
care.
right?
Like, she's
Yeah.
so mad. She's so mad.
I kind of liked it. I
Yeah,
like
me too.
bitchy Hannah.
Yeah, and she was right. Honestly, she was
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
At Miley's bitch 1123, hey girl, what do you think Maya knew according to Mona's secret code message to Aria and Hanna in season 3? Red coat. This was Miss Aria, you're a liar. Miss Aria, you're a liar, right? Miss Aria, you're like you're not Ezra's wife. It was something that code, right? You're a liar, not Ezra's wife. Yes.
Yes.
You're a liar, not Ezra's wife, or something like that. Whatever it's spelled out. Maya knew is what everybody said.
Okay.
In season, let me break it down for you guys. All right.
Like,
Clearly,
what again?
I see a little bit of deers in headlights over here. In season 3, when they went to visit Mona at Radley, she was all on her drugs and she was singing and chanting. You guys relax. I cannot. She was singing in her room and she was like, "Miss Aria, you're a liar, not Ezra's wife." And she was like brushing the hair or whatever. And Aria was like, "What is this crazy bitch talking about?" That was one of the things that sparked a lot of the Aria is A theories. But when people, like fans, started thinking about it, what Mona kept repeating had spelled out Maya knew. And it was right around the time that Maya was killed. So this goes back to the whole, hopefully we're going to get some answers about what the hell happened to Maya. Obviously we know it has something to do with A. But Marlene King did say we will find out what happened to Maya.
Yeah, I saw that
Which
too.
is so exciting because I'm one of those people who I've never stopped missing Maya.
Right.
So the moral of the whole season 3 explanation is that Maya is back, or will be back.
In one way or
explained.
another. At least explain.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please go look it up. Because it's
What
actually a really good episode.
was
I know
the
what you're talking
question though that she was just asked?
Something red coat though.
Yeah, like red coat, question mark? Or just because we
like
never...
what she would know.
What did Maya know? Like, what did Maya know? Obviously, she knew something. And that's...
And it
the
got her
whole-
killed.
It got her killed, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from @Shamika_Walton. Do you think Charles killed Mrs. D?
Yes.
Or a part of the team, or a part of that A team killed Mrs. D is what I'm going with.
Right. I think anybody who's died was killed by the A team.
Yeah.
Whether it's actually
Do you think
Charles.
so? Although I think that Mrs. D may have been killed by like someone unexpected that maybe not involved, like Mr. Hastings or something. Like,
I was like by
that.
natural causes.
Yeah, like.
Died just like natural causes.
And somebody just, some random
an
person, the
earthquake and then she
homeless
got
guy
buried in
from
the front
season
yard.
5 what happened to be walking past, remember, with his pizzas that finally showed up. And he's like, I'm just gonna bury it.
There was a giant earthquake, and then Mrs. D got buried in the yard.
Well, somebody still buried her, Steph. Somebody buried her.
Anyway, I think that if Charles is really actually good, which seems like it in those old home videos where he's like being nice to his siblings, not drowning them in bathtubs and whatnot, and then Mrs. D was responsible for that, giving him this like nice moments of fun time, I don't understand why he would kill her.
Right.
I agree.
Because she's the one that sent him away.
Well, is she? Because it sounds like Kenneth was the one who was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
you're drowning
kinda
my
thought
baby.
That maybe that
I'm
Mr.
gonna-
D
I
was
don't-
the
I don't
one
know.
who Mr. D is more responsible for sending him away, and Mrs. D is the one that was trying to get him out.
Who the hell is responsible for sending him to Radley?
I kind of feel like it's Mr. De Laurentiis. I honestly do. Why?
Okay.
And even if they made the decision together, obviously Mr. D like forgot about him. Charles knew that his
Yeah.
dad abandoned him because
Yeah, because the birthday card.
right,
Yeah.
and everything else. Like he never saw his dad again. Everything had to be kept a secret from his dad. He had to go by freaking Freddie. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm saying like he has to know that his dad didn't care about him or didn't want to see him.
Yeah.
Who would he hate? Would he hate Mrs. D, who gave him birthday parties and took him out of
Maybe,
Radley?
oh my
know.
gosh, okay, maybe Jason went to go, no, never mind. I was gonna say maybe Jason went to go visit Charles and Mrs. D wouldn't let him see Charles, so he killed Mrs. D in order to see Charles.
Maybe.
Maybe, but
Anything's
then Jason
possible.
seems a little surprised. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I would like to believe that everybody who died didn't die from natural causes.
Or a big earthquake.
Or a big earthquake. Like, there's a giant earthquake and then Mrs. T got buried in the backyard. It's the greatest thing ever, honestly. That would be amazing. Like Marlene King's like, everybody died from the A-team except for Mrs. D. There was a giant earthquake and then she got buried in the backyard. Like, let's be real. No, but for real though, honestly, I would love for every death to be explained, and I would love for every death to be 100% directed or related, 100% related to A and the A team.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make the story so much better.
Totes.
For
So it's
sure.
my
2 episodes, baby.
2 episodes. We have 1 episode next week that's at prom. Okay?
We're just like watching
this is
ourselves
like-
dance.
I know, right? It's like I'm trying to talk, but I'm actually just looking at myself in the monitor.
Brandy, let's.
Yeah,
Throw it out
seriously. We have 1 more episode next week when the girls are at prom and Allie gets taken by Charles and she goes, it's you. And then we have the freaking summer finale when we're going to become hashtag face-to-face with Charles. We are so excited, you guys. So you guys hop online using the hashtag PLLAS on Twitter or find us on Instagram.
Oh, look at
or,
that lower third.
I saw that earlier.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah, right.
But no, for real though, use that hashtag. Send us your theories on who you think Charles is. You guys, we have 2 episodes and we're gonna know. We're gonna know.
We're gonna
Oh
know.
my God.
All right, here we go.
All right, and also don't forget if you are watching us, I keep like looking at which camera. If you're watching us right now, make sure you get on YouTube if you're not there already, which I know that you are. And send Brandy your questions and theories and comments because she's gonna keep this going in overtime after our show and keep answering your questions because we know that you have tons more that we didn't get to right now. So she's taking over for us. Make sure you're on YouTube right now.
Okay, right
Ready?
now. Here we go. 3, 2,
2,
1.
Hey liars, for more Pretty Liars The After Show, click that subscribe button to theStreamtv.